Welcome, roaring sharks, to... You know what? No, I'm done.
Done.
Can't do it.
No.
Go for it. Bye-bye, people.
I can't do this.
You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, my
Come
God.
on. We need to have revenge.
Yeah.
I still hold that the third one is worse.
All right.
These 3D effects are just so hackneyed. Come on.
Okay. Well, let's get introductions in order first before we start discussing which is the worst of the shitty Jaws sequels here. Welcome to Geek Salad Retro Movie Review. I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
And we have a very special guest with us, joining us for the second time to talk about another Why Did You Make This Sequel? Our good buddy Kurt.
Hello. Hi, folks. I'm gonna make you guys hate me. I'm gonna make you guys rue the day that you decide to be nice to me and follow me on Twitter.
Yeah. What is The Fly 2 gonna be coming up pretty soon?
I don't have Peacock, so I can't watch The Fly 2.
Well, you don't have Peacock, so you can. That's the only place you can watch Slither.
The original Cronenberg movie or the remake? Was it Slither? Slither was Cronenberg.
No, Slither was James Gunn. Covered that a few weeks ago, and I hadn't seen it. Cronenberg did The Fly.
Okay, yeah. I thought that. Oh, I'm thinking of Shivers. That's what
Shivers.
I'm thinking of. That's the pre-Rabid Cronenberg.
Yeah. I've seen bits and pieces of that. That one's weird. That one's really weird.
One day we'll get around to reviewing Cronenberg's good stuff. But anyway, tonight we are here to discuss Jaws: The Revenge. How is this movie not made by Canon Films?
Honestly, I was surprised it wasn't. I mean, it literally has the hokey production values, some A-list talent, and a horrible script. I'm surprised Golem and Globus did not produce this.
How is it? Malcolm Golan, because think of it this way. Canon has made so many Part 4s. Almost all in the same year of 1987, too.
Superman.
Did they make... Yeah, Superman 4.
Superman 4. They did Death Wish 4, which I believe was the crackdown where Charles Bronson was stuck in the neighborhood of offensive racial stereotypes, hunting crack.
Okay, pretty much every freaking Death Wish movie ever made.
Every vigilante movie made ever, including the new Death Wish with Bruce Willis. There is so much to start with this movie because my wife sat with me and watched this one. I want to say first off, the opening scene with like the just slightly above water POV from the shark's perspective. All I was thinking was because it's just like
and then occasionally it goes down on water and sees the just tires all over the just junky up pier. It's not a nice harbor.
No, Amity is a shithole.
Yeah,
which is a shame because I've never been to Martha's Vineyard, but it looks beautiful in Jaws.
I've been to that spot and it's really nice. It is
really nice. I mean, it's priced out of any of our incomes, but it is definitely nice. But this movie is just like there's so much about this movie that. What am I trying to say here, guys?
Sucks.
Help me.
Horrible monstrosity, bastardization. I probably could. I don't have a thesaurus around me. I could probably come up with a lot of words to describe how the shamelessness of this movie. It's just shameless.
Like reading the Wikipedia page on this one is fascinating because, like, I guess like they hired on the director with no script. And it was one of the fastest turnarounds he's ever done. It was like 32 days or something like that.
32 days on the water.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess like the first version of the script involved like a voodoo curse.
That was
placed on-
actually, yeah. My friend and I were talking about that earlier. He said that was actually in the novelization of the movie was that the reason the sharks sought revenge over the Brodies, and specifically Martin Brody in the first Jaws movies, was because of revenge or for voodoo.
Yeah.
Because some voodoo witch doctor put a curse on Martin Brody when he was a cop in New York.
But I mean, the sad thing is that would have made the movie make a lot more sense.
I literally said the same thing, and it would have made much more sense than, oh, well, your father killed the shark in 1975, and somehow its offspring is seeking revenge on all of us and traveling thousands of miles
In
to
3
the
days.
Bahamas in 3 days to try to murder everybody.
No, but not just anybody, just Brodies.
Just the Brodies, yes.
Straight up Brodies. I love too is that you watch the plane, like that little puddle skipper, flying to Logan International Airport, and you just see like the dorsal fin just kind of like stream by. It's like, did he have to like fake Michael Brody's identity while he's calling up? Like, yes, no, I just need to get my flight number and my itinerary to wherever it is I'm going. Sir, is your phone connection okay? You sound like you're underwater. Never mind that.
It's two children in a trench coat and a fedora.
You know what? I will give this movie one piece of credit that none of, even the superior first movie, can lay claim to. At least in this movie, there wasn't an authority figure who's just going to keep everything open come hell or high water. Because I thank God they didn't do that, because it would have been done in one of those really offensive Bahamian accents.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We got to keep the beaches open. You want to keep these white people happy.
Apparently, the mayor of the town was actually played by Mario Van Peebles' father.
Yes.
Yeah, he was. Okay, yeah, because I remember telling my friend, hey, Melvin Van Peebles is in this. Yeah, the director of Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song is in this train wreck of a movie.
Yes.
Like, literally, it's such a good cast. I mean, Lorraine Gary is a good actress. Lance Guest, who...
The Last Starfighter.
Which, funny enough, Lance Guest was in Halloween 2. You know who directed The Last Starfighter? Nick Castle. The Shape. But he wasn't the Shape in Halloween 2. Dick Warlock was. But yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Lance Guest, Mario Van Peebles, Michael freaking Caine.
Michael Caine.
His paycheck films. I haven't seen. I wrote the quote down.
It's infamous.
Yeah, I have never seen it, but by all accounts, it is terrible. But I have seen the house it built, and it's terrific. It's the same kind of. It's the same mentality that got Betsy Palmer to be in Friday the 13th because she needed a new car, and Patrick Stewart to be in The Wild Geese 2 because he needed new windows. Yeah, so he's joining a decent group of people who were in, well, one really good slasher, a mediocre sequel to a mediocre movie, and this train wreck.
Yeah. It is crazy because, first of all, when I was watching this, I texted Mike and I'm like, man, Lance Guest is really putting on heavy Aidan Quinn vibes of this movie.
There's so many shots of him just staring at things.
Revenge of the Sith had less staring scenes.
There was even a shot of him like just staring into the mirror. And I was just like, what, is he going to look down to the sink, look up, and there's a shark right behind him? But this movie also had the lowest kill count of any of the shark movies. Only 2 people died.
Well, one of them was Sean Brody, so he should count for more than just one person, even though... How? How does that happen? How does a shark just like, oh, Brody's on the water? It's dark.
Exactly. How the heck did it know that he was going to respond to that? Was it a boat or whatever, a piece of wood that was out in the bay? It's like, did he like make the call? Like, is there like a deleted scene, the shark on land, like, or something, anything? It's like, it doesn't make sense. I wanted this movie to make sense, and it did not.
No.
It,
Like, Mario Van Peebles is mauled and shaken about by a shark, dragged underwater, and survives.
He was supposed to die.
Yeah,
he was supposed to die.
There were two endings shot.
Mm-hmm.
The first ending just had the shark like speared and then died, and Mario Van Peebles died in that one. The one that we got was half-assed, stupid, and he survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How? He is literally spewing blood out of his mouth. We saw the shark bite into his abdomen with its many teeth.
Rubber teeth. Remember, rubber teeth.
Rubber teeth.
Which is less obvious.
Like, what did you say the shark looked like?
It looked like the skin was made of stucco.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've got a poster right there of a great white shark. I've had it for probably over 20 years now because I freaking love the great white shark. And every time I saw that a close up of that shark, I look up there and like, that skin is a lot smoother on the real thing than on that thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it literally did not learn the lesson of the first Jaws movie, which was you don't show the shark that much.
Right.
Because people know it's a fake shark. I mean, I sent you, Andy, I sent you that video on Twitter message about the 4x3 open mat and the BBC broadcast of this movie, and you can see the rig.
Yeah.
It's like we know the shark's fake. You don't want to show the shark. What made Jaws such an effective suspense thriller was you don't see the shark. I think the most you see the shark is literally at the end, at the climax of the movie when they're fighting it. And it's not even that much of what you see. The most ridiculous shots when it's hopping on the orca. And you can tell it's a fake shark.
Yeah.
And by that point, you're so engrossed in the story and the characters, you don't care.
You don't care. Right. Yeah. I did not care about any of these people.
No.
Oh, no.
No,
and that was the thing about this movie, is that I found the weirdest part about this movie, not the roaring shark or Lorraine Gary's wardrobe, which I can only classify as being oversized everything.
Well, that's what happens when you're the wife of the studio head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even her sunglasses filled like twice her face. But they tried to make this not a shark thriller, but a family drama.
Yeah. And
I had to see more implied sex between Michael and his wife than I saw shark attacks or dorsal fins or...
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to show the shark, just show shark attacks.
Right.
Literally, like, the Kittner boy death was effective. You don't see the shark, you see the shark come up for a second, and that's it. Well,
right, you see more of its tail than you see anything else.
Well, if you've seen the footage of what they were wanting to show, which shows the shark clamping down on the dummy of Alex Kittner, which, that wouldn't have made it a very effective. I don't think that would have worked. I don't think it would have helped any. It probably would have got this an R rating in 1975.
It's kind of like watching those automated dummies that they used at the end of at the climax of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Where they had all those dummies they dropped off the bridge, and you could just see them doing this going down.
Yeah.
Or even the Darth Maul dummy they used.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. Like they tried to make this movie more about the characters, but I never once believed in any of the relationships between any of the characters. I mean, they were talking to each other, but it never felt like they were doing more than just speaking lines to each other. They weren't actually interacting.
Right.
It was some of the worst, most wooden acting I've ever seen in my life.
The funny thing was too with my wife watching it after the shark attacks the daughter, or at least the banana boat, because they can't kill the kid, so they just kill some poor hapless person who just happens to just place her leg into the shark's mouth first off,
right,
before being carried off.
Most convenient
Michael's
placing
wife
of
is
the leg.
upset You should have told us the shark was here. What good would that have done? Why you are being irrationally mad at Michael right now?
Yeah, that's like it didn't make sense. It's like, yeah, number one, it's warm water. They don't he mentions that they don't like it.
Yeah.
The great whites don't like it.
Yeah.
But how the heck is he supposed to know the shark's going to come and it's going to attack specifically that banana boat?
Well, they did enter the witness relocation program because the shark had it in for them because, they testified against the shark, which is the only explanation I can give for anything.
The shark was very well connected in the Gambino crime family. Little people know that.
Oh, that explains a lot.
It does. It was a revenge killing for both the other awful 3D shark in Jaws 3 and its child.
He's a made fish.
God, I have not seen that stinking. I had not seen Jaws 3D since I was a kid. Ah, crap! There's a train coming at like 8:30 at night. It's gonna get loud in here. So I'm sorry for the people who are going to be watching this. There is a train going through my backyard.
Oh, okay.
It's not that bad. At least not for us.
I can't hear it.
I was gonna say I didn't. Okay. They come at the
you got your headphones on, so I can't.
Yeah, I got my headphones.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah. So any background
outside of that, so that's good.
Okay, that's good.
But
it's like, it seeks revenge. Like, how does it know what it's? How does it know what? Number one, how does it even have the cognitive capability to know what revenge is?
Yeah.
What Richard Dreyfuss says, all it does is eat and sleep and make baby sharks. That's all it does. That's all a great white shark does. It is literally like right now, it's nature's perfect killer because that's all it does. And they're trying to make us believe that, this shark can seek revenge. Again, like with Caddyshack 2, there's only so much suspension of disbelief that I can have. And I can't suspend my disbelief for that. I can suspend my disbelief that there's a 25-foot great white shark off the coast of Amity Island.
Yeah.
And I can believe that. I mean, it's preposterous because great whites don't get 25 feet. But it's you don't mind that because again, the movie's good.
Yeah.
This movie isn't good. It's bad. It's so bad.
And it's lazy.
Yeah.
There were literally 3 reused takes of the shark throughout the movie.
In the beginning, when it's attacking
all of
Sean
the underwater
Brody.
footage of the shark, whenever they show that shark, and I think one of them is actually just composited to the opposite side. So he's either swimming left or you flip the frame. Now he's swimming right.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, nothing killed Sean Brody more than the editing.
Oh yeah,
it was just shot. Oh, his arm.
Precious child singing a Christmas song. Shot.
Arm missing.
Manic editing, folks.
The arm missing thing was hilarious too because I actually had to read the Wikipedia description of what happened to him because I didn't know really what happened to him. Even when he's just he's like, oh, and then he looks at his arm, oh my arm, and then the shark just jumps out of the water maybe and shoots him in the head.
and I can't stand that the fact that this. I mean, this movie ignored Jaws 3, which is fine. Everyone should.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
But then it also ignored things that were established as fact in Jaws 2. The kid sees the shark underwater with his camera and he rushes to the surface and he gets a red bad cast of the bends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yet Michael can rocket to the surface from the bottom with a jet, with his, scuba tank.
His oxygen tank,
knocks it off, flies to the surface. Oh, and he's fine. Don't worry about it.
The bends only happen to your supporting characters and ancillary characters.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I do want to say too, Michael Caine is a treasure. We all know he's a treasure. He's done some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
But oh my God, this I asked for Alfred Pennyworth, but I got him through Wish and I get Hoagie. The stories I once one time was driving an Australian woman down. No, stop it! Stop telling these stories. You're not in Burma, and you're not. Some people just want to watch the world burn. It's not fun.
No.
And the fact that they leave it at the end with that, it's like that is your parting shot. Is him just again telling another long story in the voiceover before they roll the credits, which. Mercifully, this movie is only 90 minutes long.
Yeah. And and the shark can drag him in this plane down to the bottom of the ocean, but don't worry, he's fine. They don't have the budget to kill him.
No, you can't waste Michael Caine.
No,
He was not at the Academy Awards that year to accept his Oscar for Hannah and Her Sisters. He was in the Bahamas filming this trash heap of a movie.
I mean, in his defense, Southern California in February, Bahamas in February.
That's actually a very valid point. I mean, that's just a nice way to get a valid point.
But considering Michael Caine was nominated for Oscars, I think 5 times prior to winning this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you miss your big moment for what?
For a Jaws sequel that was the lowest grossing of any of the franchise.
Drops you in the water, and then you get out of the water, and you're immediately bone dry.
Bone dry. I think his hair was a little sopping wet, but that's probably about it. It may not have.
That was sweat.
I think they used a misting bottle.
Yeah, they gave him the spray bottle.
Oh God. So another thing I was doing when I was watching this, I was texting Mike, and I was remarking on just the purely offensive Islander accents that they were using.
Yeah.
Mario Van Peebles had a solid weekend of training for that. All right. I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just watch a bunch of
Terry
Red
Alexander's
Stripe ads.
better. Oh God!
Listen,
it was like
listen to Eddie Grant, because this is the '80s and he's the only mainstream living reggae person right now.
Yeah, but Terry Alexander's accent in Day of the Dead, where he was playing the helicopter pilot, was more believable, and he's as American as anybody, and it's like, Mario Van Peebles, you cannot do this accent. It's like Fisher Stevens' accent in Short Circuit. I mean, come on.
Oh, it is. You're right. It is absolutely that level of offensive. And I am neither Bahamian nor am I any member of the Hindu community, but it's bad. The wig is even worse.
Yeah.
That's the kind of wig that you bought, like tourists buy.
I was gonna say I could buy a better wig down at the Spirit of Halloween.
The funny thing is, he even comments on it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to, do your hair up." Like, well, who did your hair up? It wasn't you.
It was the props. It was the props department.
Yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't the makeup. It was props.
It's just, God, this entire movie should just be inhabited by a Spirit Halloween right now, because it's just. All right, so I want to go back to something Mike said earlier about Jaws 3 being worse than this.
Mm-hmm.
The floor is yours, my friend.
I mean, Jaws: The Revenge is stupid, but it's sort of like an MST3K type movie where it's stupid, but there's laughter to be held in how stupid it is.
It's a very riffable movie.
Yeah, Jaws 3D is just, it's bad, but it's kind of like in your face. This is how bad we can make it. Those 3D effects, they weren't even good back then, and they're just shoving them in your face every moment they can.
I have no idea what you are talking about, Mike.
The 3D House of B from SCTV had better 3D effects.
Yeah.
Have a chili dog.
Yeah, and before I watched Jaws 3D again, I had held that Friday 13th Part 3D had worse 3D effects. I can't say that anymore.
No.
I mean, even the styrofoam head that Jason crushes and like the eyeball.
You
that
can see
popped
you
out
can see
of
the
it.
string on the eye.
Yeah, that's still
right
better
in
effect
3D.
than most of the things in this one. And so, you know, yeah, Jaws 3 and Jaws: The Revenge are both awful movies, but at least Jaws: The Revenge doesn't have cheesy, stupid 3D effects that it shoves in your face every 5 minutes.
I gotta say, all right, I can see where you're coming from on that. Now, I gotta say that Jaws 3D at least plays out like one of those shitty Jaws rip-off movies, like, spoiler alert for next week. But Jaws.
Are you guys gonna do the last shark?
We are.
Yes.
We're gonna do the last shark.
Yes.
Neither one of us
Italian
has seen it before.
Jaws. We're going, but the thing with Jaws: The Revenge is that it's barely a Jaws movie.
Yeah.
I mean, we go long periods of time before anyone even talks about the shark or mentions the shark or there's any threat of the shark, and then we still get these really awful sepia-toned like flashes back
Jaws,
to. Let's remind you of the better movie. We are part of that series, you know. This is
that's
our
the
universe.
First of my notes.
Yeah.
That's the first of my notes. Stop reminding us of better movies.
Let's let Ellen Brody, flash back to scenes where she was not there and had no idea what was going on.
No, she did not see Sean and his father doing the nice little scene, and she did not see Martin shooting the oxygen tanks to kill the shark.
Sean died alone.
She did not see those movies.
Martin killed the shark alone. There was no Ellen anywhere in sight.
No.
Well, she has a psychic connection to the shark. Maybe she had a psychic connection to all of those events. Maybe she was psychic this whole time, and we just never knew.
Well, she's still alive.
That voodoo that you do so well.
Which also, they bring back the one woman who was like the owner of the motel on the island.
Oh, yeah.
In the first Jaws movie. And then they bring back Lee Ferrero, Mrs. Kittner, for that one scene, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't even remember that scene. Where was
it? Was right after Sean was killed, when Lance Guest and his family got to Amity.
Yeah.
And she's like staring at the water. Lorraine Gary staring at the water. Like she's like they're talking to the little child.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a blink and you miss it. I'm like, hey, I know those two. It's like, I need to watch Jaws.
Again, remind you of the better movie. Well, I've got to October 31st because Netflix made it very clear to me.
Oh yeah,
that these movies are leaving on October 31st.
Yeah, thanks Netflix. HBO Max isn't even that blatant about it.
But they did recast Polly to a much younger actress.
Oh yeah, because like the woman who played Polly in Jaws probably was dead by
1980s. Oh yeah. I mean, she looked like she was in her 80s in that one, so they recast her with a woman that looked like she was in her 50s or 60s.
Right.
It's like Benjamin Button's disease, You just age. Some people in Amity just age backwards.
Oh,
I don't know if it's something in the water in Massachusetts. I have no idea.
Lorraine Gary still did look fine for how old she was.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with Lorraine Gary is that what won us over with her is Ellen Brody, even in the second movie, is that she had that great chemistry with Roy Scheider. They were very much a couple in love, and then
you take away
giving her
one
anything
person.
else to do besides that was ridiculous. They didn't even let her get. I mean, they barely let her get in the boat in Jaws 2.
Yeah.
So now, not only are we letting her try to find love on the islands
with Hoagie.
With Hoagie, yeah, because you're two of the only elderly white people on the island, so why not?
It's the Bahamas. It's like literally it's open season for old white people. You can probably throw a rock and hit an elderly white person. Someone with a lot of money.
I don't know. There's a lot of discount resorts down there. It's like it's not a place college students go for spring break, but it's definitely where it is a family place.
I've never been. The furthest south I've ever been to anywhere was down to frickin' Florida, and that was it.
Did you at least go to Disney?
Yes. Without
Thank God. Okay,
yeah,
so
we went to Disney. We went to Disney World, Universal, and we went to the Gulf of Mexico.
No, I've never been
So
there.
that was nice. It's beautiful down there.
no, I've
It's
been
like a
as
Bob
far
Ross
south.
painting come to life.
I mean, I've been to Mexico. I've been to the Bahamas. I have been down to the furthest end of Key West in Isla Morada, but there's nothing there. But other than that, But back to Jaws, The Revenge.
Yeah.
I was left so confused with how that shark actually died.
The shark popped.
Yeah. It's like a really big zit. You just gotta pop it.
Just lance that thing.
The way that the editing was, it was like I guess they said that the shark was exploded somehow, but it really just looked like the shark just popped.
It looked
and
like
then they played footage from Jaws, the first Jaws.
Oh,
why remind
crap,
anybody?
That's right. They did reuse that footage.
Yep.
Oh crap! I remembered now that looked too good to be in this movie. I'm like, yeah, that looks a little too above budget for that, which is again hilarious. That this one was like they had such a quick turnaround on this one, considering Jaws was I don't know how many days over budget and over schedule.
Oh,
Like I think at this point, where after Jaws, like Universal's like, you know what, we gotta pump these things out. Like they're like people are just gonna forget about this thing in about 5 months. So yeah, just pump it out.
Yeah, but the weird thing with this movie though is that it very much is Universal taking just draining the last bits of an intellectual property because. This is the last Jaws movie, and there was always the joke about there will be many, many more Jaws movies, and thankfully they ended at 4. They could have ended at 1, and I would have been happy, but we wouldn't be here talking all month about sharks. But
the sad thing is, I think I would have preferred. I mean, if they'd gone with that voodoo curse plotline, it would have been stupid as all get out, but at least it would have been more watchable than this.
Yeah, it would have made the movie interesting.
Well, no, I'm not going to say interesting. Just
let's not go that far. Oh, a little late. Hope you guys are having a good night. Oh, we're having a fun time. This is
a blast.
I've only walked off once, so I guess that's a good sign. Which
is one more time than I should have, because I regret wanting to do this. I think I regretted this more than I regretted doing Caddyshack 2.
Well, you know what the weird thing is? I think soap opera.
Jaws is soap opera. Seriously, it's like a Young and the Restless episode mixed in with some old B-roll from 1975.
Right.
That's literally all it is. It's like, I don't want family drama. I don't want that. I want drama, not family drama. I just want drama, good drama, and the shark. That's all we have ever wanted from these movies. And I think Jaws 2, I mean, yeah, it's not good. It pales in comparison. I have a soft spot for it. I kind of like it. I mean, it's not great.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it delivered. It gave us some drama, gave us some, gave us a shark. Granted, the product placement was a little too on the nose, like a subtle kick to the nuts with a frozen sledgehammer.
No, you're eating Cheerios from General Mills. On Blu-ray, finally. Oh God.
Never watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all regretted watching this movie.
My anticipation for this started to falter so much after, I really did not like. I'm texting Mike when I'm watching Jaws 2, like, oh my God, this is, how could it get any worse? And it's just this, it's like just hopping on just driving down an icy hill.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that the only way to stop is to run into something. And then the shark pops because
reasons.
Science.
We gotta end the movie somehow.
Yeah.
We're at an impasse here. We don't know how to end the movie. Have the shark pop. We got this great footage. I don't think people are gonna recognize it. Let's just use the footage.
my wife was like, how did John Williams let them use this score? I'm like, honey, they own the score.
I was gonna say, I think he might have been contractually obligated because he is as attached to this as he would be for Star Wars or Close Encounters or yeah, it very much does look like an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
No, they only used his theme from this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say his theme is, but he is as attached to that theme as he is Star Wars or Raiders or Schindler's List or Jurassic Park or any of the other both Spielberg and Lucas properties he has done, and Harry Potter and whatever else he has.
And I mean, I think with Jaws too, getting to what movies Pharrell was talking about here is that it still had that look and feel of a 70s movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything from the cinematography to the ADR to the sound, just the sound, everything. This movie
70s movies did have that look. I love that
they
look.
all had that. I love that look. And if you want a rabbit hole, Kurt, because I know you're a big fan of older movies, there is, I can't remember the name of the website, but there's a website that has posters, and you can look at every movie poster pretty much released from every year. And I think they're all the domestic posters. Nothing beats the posters that were made in the 1970s.
Oh yeah, literally right over my shoulder here is a see if you can see it. It's a Star Wars. And I got a Jedi
I had that
one
poster at one point.
I'm getting an Empire. My friend ordered me an Empire Strikes Back poster, so I got my Jedi poster. So I'm completing the look here.
Well, let me swing the iPad around here so I can show you my Empire Strikes Back poster, because
that's literally the same one I'm getting. Yeah, yeah.
My favorite. That's my favorite. One of my favorite posters of all time.
Yeah.
And eventually, when we refinish this basement, we'll also have hopefully a Rocketeer and a Batman Returns teaser poster, because those are also my favorites. Yes, the Rocketeer rocks. So,
but yeah, it's that you lose that feel. Let's see here.
You start, the movie.
Gonna be ass.
It's above the water. Oh, you missed it. So we were talking about that, and I felt like all I wanted to do was hum the theme from The Naked Gun.
Yeah, watching all these 6 episodes of Police Squad would have been a better use of my time than watching this.
I mean, looking at my shirt would have been a better use of your time.
Yeah. Like the Kajak too. Having COVID was a better use of my time.
I'm also wearing a Spielberg inspired shirt too. So
I'm wearing an Avengers shirt.
Way to get the memo, Kurt.
Only properties I have like a lot of shirts of is just Star Wars and Marvel.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's practically all I own. I have more Boba Fett shirts than there were Boba Fett appearances in movies.
And another just thing that I texted Andy about is like, I find it dubious that anyone can lose sight of the shark in the Caribbean waters when the water is crystal clear blue.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and
I can totally see how you could lose a shark.
It's right over there.
All right, I know, Kurt, you've never been to the Caribbean. Mike, have you ever swam in like Caribbean water or? No. It is crystal clear. You can just see it.
Yeah. The closest thing I could see was when I was out in Catalina Island. The water there is pretty clear as well.
Yeah. By the way, I missed the thing you just put up.
Sorry.
We started the guy who doesn't finish his line that runs to the beach. But the funny thing was also like, we lost the shark, man. How could you? You had gigantic 80s technology tethered to that thing.
Yeah. The thing that they used to shock him was practically bigger than the shark itself.
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to like rationalize how the shark actually blew up. And we thought maybe it was like that thing. You know that thing Michael was using to like hypnotize?
Oh, the flat, the strobe, yeah.
Yeah. And I know that Mario Van Peebles had one as well, and maybe it fell down its gullet.
Yeah, no. He shoved it into its mouth before the shark took him.
Yeah, bit into his abdomen.
But don't worry, he's fine.
He's totally
injuries
fine.
That anyone survives. Yes.
Yeah, when I get bit by a shark sometime in the not too distant future, I'm going to survive if it bites me in my torso.
Oh, and don't worry if you're bleeding a lot. You're in the Bahamas. There are no other sharks around. There are no.
By the
tiger
way,
sharks
how is he
around.
not in wincing pain because he's in salt water?
Thank
He's
you.
got a lot of open wounds. It's like you gotta be in pain.
It's funny. Oh, this is you can't describe this movie to people who are not in the know.
No, they have to know about it because to explain to them, the wife of the sheriff in the first one has a weird psychic connection to the great white is it ever confirmed it's an offspring of the great white shark, or is it somehow? Oh my god!
No, because if it did, we'd have this great prologue scene in Sicily somewhere where the mother shark is like, "No, Donna Sharka Fanucci, you cannot do this. You already killed his father. You killed his brother. Leave him. He's a good boy. He's a little slow."
It's gonna be like
and then
the Godfather
old shark is like,
it's gonna be like Godfather 2.
You're Italian, Andy.
I'm allowed to do that. It's my stereotype. But oh god, I just lost track of my train of thought here. This movie is just
it hurts.
You can't describe this to people because it's like even the best movie. Sometimes you draw out what the plot is. I love Die Hard. Explain Die Hard to somebody. Well, it's about a cop who goes to a Christmas party and then has to fight off international thieves.
Led by Professor Snape.
Yeah, that sounds dumb.
Yeah, Star Wars. Three. A space wizard, a farm boy, and a smuggler have to return a PDF file to a group of what we could be considered domestic terrorists.
Domestic terrorists. Farm boy. Oh, it's farm boy, wizard, and drug dealer.
Yeah.
For a second lady. Yep. Seriously. Well, as we mentioned earlier, she did put her leg in the shark's mouth.
Yeah, it's just like, you know what? I know my life's coming to an end. Just take it. Just end it.
You know what? I can't deal with this island paradise anymore.
When death comes for me, that's what I want. Just take it.
If I have to ride one more banana boat, I swear I'm jumping into that shark.
It's the hourly fees. That's where they get you.
Yeah. I am tired of this. I ride the banana boat. Everybody just makes the same stupid dick joke every single time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is a tough one. It's
not
one I plan on revisiting. I can't.
No, I'm never going to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
Never. But I do have a question. Is this worse than Caddyshack 2?
Ooh. Caught me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, you didn't earn any of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that scene. I'm like, in the first movie, it felt natural, felt real because it was real.
Was.
Yeah.
Well, and it took place after a dramatic event. It took place after Alex Kittner was killed in front of him.
Well,
and in front of his sons.
Roy Scheider actually did that with the kids.
Yeah.
And Spielberg saw it and thought it was fantastic, so he actually put it integrated into the movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like they could have gotten away with that scene and have it actually be kind of nice had they not reminded us about it already.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely feel if they did not remind us about what happened in the first movie with the same thing, because I think, generally speaking, had it not been done before in the better movie, I would have been more okay with it.
Yeah, maybe. It would have been... I don't know if it would have been as nice or as heartwarming, but it would have been a nice father-daughter bonding moment.
Yeah.
And probably more character development with the more character development for the daughter.
Yeah. There was no moment in that entire scene that I was like, okay, they're doing what is in the script.
Seeing this.
That is all they're doing. I mean, the kid was just like, it almost is like someone, they was like shooting at someone behind the camera saying, hey, now do this.
Yep.
Now do this. Now do this. It never felt natural at all. It never felt
Um,
natural at any
right.
point.
No.
It also went on far too long.
Mm-hmm.
It went on, I think, for 3 minutes. I didn't time it because, again, I'm not going back to watch it.
No,
But-
I never want to have to revisit this movie again. And I don't think I'm ever gonna make you guys suffer through any unnecessary sequels. I think this and Caddyshack 2 kind of.
And I think this broke us all. I think this movie just broke us all. I mean, I have been, ever since watching this movie, I've been on like an anxiety peak. And I'm going to blame this movie. And not the lack of sleep that I had for a week, you know, or any of that other stuff. No, I'm blaming the movie.
Then how do
Straight
you
up, I'm
explain
blaming
what
the
we're
movie.
watching next week?
Again, I think I might watch that with the riff tracks filter on.
To watch
I
the
think I
riff
might
tracks. The
have
riff
to.
tracks is the that's what I have too with the Last Shark. I have the riff tracks of, and that's the only.
I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go straight up, no riff tracks, straight movie.
Oh God.
I applaud you, sir. I applaud
Yeah,
you.
you're a braver man than I am because I just no, I can't stomach that movie by its. I have to be making jokes, or someone has to be making jokes in order for me to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have no idea what I'm in for, so I'm gonna try blind.
bad dubbing.
You're getting a lot of
and-
windsurfing, Mike.
Yeah, windsurfing,
A
bad
lot of
dubbing,
windsurfing.
and an unexplainable Vic Morrow accent, and a really weird shot with a shark bringing down a helicopter.
Well, they showed that in Jaws too, which again is like I called that out as bullshit when that first happened, and then he takes down a whole plane. I mean, at least credit
Well,
where
the
credit is due.
say
He
the
didn't
plane-
jump out of the water.
I was
going to
say the plane
down.
just kind of skimmed on the surface of the water. It didn't. He didn't like grab it out of the air.
That would have been cool.
You know what?
though.
I
Come
might
on.
have given it a few points had he done that.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say he would have.
You know, and whatever that roar was.
No, it jumps out of the water like Michael Jordan at the '84 dunk contest, tongue out.
Yeah.
Things like Brody's killing the shark for the first. Yep.
Yeah, you weren't there. Why are you remembering these things? How are you remembering these things? If it was going to if she had some kind of psychic connection to Martin Brody, it would be from his POV, not from our POV, which is the footage that they used in the movie. It's like it's breaking the fourth wall, but not like in a good way. It's like
It's like breaking the fourth wall because
boggles the
they're
mind.
too cheap and couldn't afford to use any other footage.
It's a wall made out of balsa wood, so it's just not a very effective wall because that's all they could afford.
Kool-Aid
Made out
Man
of-
could have
made out
broken
of
that
mesh.
wall. It's just, but
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I think the next time we have you on, Kurt, it will not be for
No, it
another
won't be
one of
not be
these
as unnecessary
god-awful
sequel because I
sequels.
cannot do this anymore.
No, it'll be Airplane 2.
I don't know if I can watch that because I don't know where it's streaming at.
I think it's streaming on Stars.
Oh God, I don't know if I have that app. I might have it on demand here because my parents have DirecTV, so I might have it on demand. I don't know. I'll have to check because if
I can let you know. I mean, from my memories of Airplane 2, it's not nearly as odious as either Jaws 2 or Caddyshack 2.
It's
Oh,
probably
God.
been 25 years since I've seen Airplane 2. So
only thing I
have no
remember
idea.
about it was Shatner.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
Shatner's in the Robert Stack role.
Yeah, that's a downgrade. You get you swap out Elliot Ness for T.J. Hooker.
Yeah.
Never seen Airplane.
Never seen Airplane. Okay,
I
I'm
don't
going
know if I
to
can
confirm
recommend
this
it.
right now while we wrap this up because I got my Roku right behind here. So I'm going to take a look to see exactly where the hell Airplane 2 is streaming. So, final thoughts on this awful, awful Jaws sequel.
It's not good, but I'm still going to put it above Jaws 3. I might be biased though because, as I've said last time, was Jaws 3 is my earliest cinematic memory, and it terrified me so much I had nightmares for 15 years. So that kind of taints the movie for me.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair. It's on Stars.
Okay. I'll have to see if they can scrounge it up somewhere.
Okay.
See if I can watch it. My final
It's-
thought is why? Why? Like, why? Just why does this have to exist?
Yeah.
Why do any of these sequels have to exist? At least like with some of the other Spielberg properties, like with Indiana Jones, or well, even to a lesser extent Jurassic Park, but there's enough room for sequels with Indiana Jones or with Jurassic Park. There's no room for sequels with Jaws.
Yeah. No.
Like, it literally wraps up the story.
No,
well.
How many times can a shark attack the same family?
At this point, the shark is just the T-1000. It just regenerates, because it's the only logical thing I could think of that makes it plausible for this thing to constantly come back or constantly regenerate its tissue.
And legit grabbed a blank sheet of paper, wiped their ass with it, and said, "Here's your movie." I usually use the cocktail napkin.
That's more credit I'm willing to give this movie. I don't think they even used a piece of paper. I think they wiped it with their hand and just said, "Here."
Yep. Bam. There you go.
Wiped it on the camera.
Just get me Michael Caine.
I don't know. Yeah, this movie also just wasted an Academy Award winning actor. With with Jaws 3D was Louis Gossett Jr. after getting off starring a Gentleman, and this one was Michael Caine getting Hannah and Her Sisters.
Yeah,
and it's just you don't want to waste these guys because they're A-listers, and they're good actors.
Dennis Quaid, Lance Guest. Which one would you prefer?
Well, that was the weird thing too.
Lance
Before we wrap this up, that I feel like Michael de-aged. Because Dennis Quaid was close to 30.
Mm-hmm.
He was older in Jaws 3D than Lance Guest was in Jaws the Revenge. By about 2 years, I think. I think Dennis Quaid was 29 when he was in Jaws 3. 4 years later, Lance Guest was, I think, 27.
But Lance Guest was rocking that big old beard.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really a big old beard. It
was like
grow when they're.
I was gonna say it's a seaman's beard,
Yes. Just.
All right, that's it. I'm gone. I'm walking off now.
All right, no chips in my sleeves. Good night. Well, that was a movie.
I don't even know if that was a movie. I think it might have been a fever dream.
It had an opening credit sequence. It had an end credit sequence. Universal Studios, a major motion picture studio, put this thing out.
Yeah, they did.
Just saying. Again, not Canon Films.
And people knock MGM for putting out bad crap in the 80s. It's like, I guarantee you Universal put about as much bad crap out in the 80s than MGM and United Artists did.
Oh, that is a challenge, isn't it?
Well,
what
MGM
major
and
studio put out the most crap?
I'd have to I seriously want to compile a list of and try to figure this out, because I don't know, because MGM and United Artists had a deal with Canon for a bit. So it may be MGM and UA because of that contractual obligation they had with Canon Films.
Yep.
So it might be them.
Whatever. The Canon release Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, is in the box of steel. So.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, Kurt, thanks for joining us on our voyage to the Bahamas to discuss the vengeful shark.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have a good cry and open up the bottle of Jim Beam that's in my room.
I'm drinking after this because I have to. Not because I want to, because I have to.
Because I have to forget about this.
So
I don't drink, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
Sniff glue.
But she quit that this week. It's the wrong week to quit sniffing glue, Mike.
Yeah. And amphetamines.
Amphetamines. Okay, yeah. Oh.
Still my favorite. All right. So anyway, Kurt, where can we find you on the socials?
You can find me on Twitter at Swayze of Arabia. You can find me on Letterboxd. I have that linked on my Twitter, which I am compiling a 31-day horror binge. I just watched Horror of Dracula with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee last night, and I don't know. I think I might be watching John Carpenter's The Fog tonight. So on November 1st, I will be ranking all 31 of these movies I'm watching and be publishing them on my Letterboxd. Hopefully this Christmas I'll be getting a laptop instead of a cell phone or like a smartphone like my iPhone, so I can write actual reviews instead of just the little short ones I write.
Just so you know, number one, it better be Jason X.
I don't want to watch Jason. I'm already going to be watching Friday the 13th Part 3, and well, I like Final Chapter. My favorites are easily 6 and 10. Love them. Which one was 10?
10 was Jason X.
Okay, that was Jason X. Okay.
Jason!
I flipping love Jason X so much.
Yeah, and you can also find me on Instagram at Swayze of Arabia. Again, I haven't been posting much because I haven't been going in. Well, I've been posting a little bit more because I've been buying more my Blu-rays and stuff, going out more and buying more Blu-rays and stuff. So I post that stuff. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for slogging through this infested crap fest. Again, Jason
is the shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You and Mike.
They just didn't give a fuck anymore. They just said, "Fuck it."
Just
Jason's face now.
We can't make Freddy versus Jason. We're in a development hell. So just make this.
Fine, fuck it. I don't even care anymore. Anyway, you can find Mike and I at our podcast, Geek Salad, which you can get wherever you get your podcast from. Today is October 20th, so at midnight tonight, part 1 of episode 216, our discussion about where we rank the top comic book movie villains and antagonists goes live. And by goes live, we recorded it a week ago, edited, it's in the ether. Tonight at midnight, that launches. So,
which means I know what I'm doing for the next week. Editing part 2. Yeah,
it is a bitch trying to find a Wenwu quote. Just saying, no spoilers there, but just saying. Anyway, you can follow us on Twitter at Geek Salad Radio, as well as Facebook on Geek Salad Podcast. Don't forget, subscribe to this channel here. Click the bell to stay notified. Also, because we do these all week, we do these every week, we have a new movie review. We're going to wrap up October with The Last Shark next week.
The ending of Jawstoberfest.
Are we back to Pixar in November, Mike?
Yeah.
We are so close. We are so close to finishing this.
Cars 3.
Cars 3 and Coco.
Oh, so you are almost done. Okay.
Yeah. We are getting
I haven't watched Cars 3. I haven't watched Cars 3.
Neither have I.
Neither have I. But I hope if it's anything like the thing they did on SNL, I'll be happy. You're my best friend, Lightning, even though you did call me the R word a whole bunch of times. So anyway, you can follow us there. Also, check out our TeePublic store, which is teepublic.com, keyword Geek Salad Podcast, where you can get our merch. Sure, new stuff will be available at some point. Family stuff. So anyway, until next, Kurt, again, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
If you joined us in the audience and commented Movies for Real, thank you very much. Check out their podcast. You can find that on Spotify. And until next time, I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
Go forth and be nerdful. We'll talk to you later.